Medical professionals and healthcare workers, if you're looking for a new state to move to, Michigan might be for you. Medical workers and healthcare professionals. In this video, we want to give you an overview of what Michigan has to offer for you. So if you're thinking about moving to the state of Michigan and you're in the medical field, then this video is for you. Before we jump into things, my name is Matt Talbot. I will be your host today. I am the broker owner of Redefine Real Estate and have been a Michigan native my entire life. I know the area very, very well. Moreover, I have tons of friends, family, and clients in the medical field, from physicians to nurses to people that work in the back end, the hospital operations. We've been working with medical professionals for a lot of years and a lot of people in the industry. One of the reasons of that is the industry is such a big industry here in Michigan. And that's kind of the point of this video. We have so many people that move to the state. We have so many people that are moving from out of town, a lot of medical residents and different physicians and docs, and different people in the medical field that move here to Michigan for that reason. And so because of that, we want to give you an overview of what that's like here in Michigan from someone who's been in the state for a long time, from someone that knows the ins and out of not only the medical community, but of course the state of Michigan, so you can see if this is a good fit for you or not. First and foremost, anytime you're looking for a new place to work, right, it's all about supply and demand. So when we talk about real estate, when we talk about a job search, when we talk about anything in business, right, it really boils down to supply and demand. So one thing that Michigan definitely has to offer, which is probably why you're seeing this video, is there is a very high demand for healthcare workers here in Michigan. There's a variety of different hospitals, which we'll dive into in a minute, a lot of different areas in the state of Michigan, and there's a very, very high demand for you folks out there. One of the biggest reasons for this is because of the population and age of the population across the state of Michigan. There is a large population when you look at the lower peninsula of Michigan and even parts of the upper peninsula here in Michigan, and that's a big reason why it's such a big industry here in Michigan. Many of you might not know this, but due to its size of over 10 million people, Michigan is actually the 10th largest state in the United States. So we're up there when it comes to volume, and because of that, there's a lot of very populated areas like Metro Detroit, Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, Lansing, and other places throughout the state. And because of that, there's very large hospital systems, obviously, in the state of Michigan. So that's one of the reasons why so many people move here, is because of the size of the population, because of the medical fields in that population is a big reason why it's so sought out. Another reason why so many medical professionals think about moving to the state or do move to the state of Michigan is because of the top-rated hospital systems and medical institutions that we have. A couple that come to mind are University of Michigan hospitals and clinics out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, obviously, for those of you who don't know. Beaumont Health, which is a huge health system. The main hospitals in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is still here in Southeast Michigan, and Henry Ford Health System all throughout Southeast Michigan as well, too. Hey, this is a great time for a plug. So we actually have another video that outlines and deep dives into all the different hospital systems here in Michigan, not only Southeast Michigan, but throughout the state. So if this video is of value to you, you want to deep dive into those other systems, check out the other videos on the hospitals that we have here in Michigan. We have another one on our Living in Detroit channel. Up next, why a lot of people choose to live here. So medical professionals a lot of times make a good amount of money, right? However, your bang for your buck's going to go a lot longer here in Michigan than you get in other states. What do I mean by that? Affordability and cost of living is less in a state like Michigan. So even though we're the 10th largest state in the United States, the cost of living overall is much less than some of the other larger states. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get great hospital systems, you get a good amount of population, and then you have a much more affordable cost of living here in Michigan compared to other states, specifically states like New York, California, and some of the other more expensive states throughout the United States. This could be a great option. So you're making good money here in Michigan. There's a high demand for healthcare workers while simultaneously spending a lot less. So whether you're new to the medical field and you're looking for your first job, your residency, or you're thinking about retiring, Michigan could be a good state for you because the cost of living is less here in Michigan compared to other states. So another interesting fact, going back to the University of Michigan healthcare system, Mikey in the lab here, I went ahead and Googled it. Last year, the University of Michigan had $777 million towards medical research. That's a huge amount of money, but I've heard other crazy statistics of the U of M, University of Michigan, as a whole. Like the amount of money and cash on hand they have as a university is like billions of dollars, and so much that goes into the medical space at U of M. So, but again, there's other hospital systems as well well too. It's just interesting how big the healthcare system is. And it makes sense. Having sold real estate here in Michigan for so long, we've placed so many residents, doctors, different physicians, nurses. I mean, it's just countless. Like I would say like at least a handful of every clients every month from our brokerage come from the medical field. It's a pretty consistent thing. And it's because of the population, because of the different healthcare systems, because of the different job opportunities. So there's a lot of people in that space here in Michigan. On that note, other job opportunities, again, we have a booming healthcare sector with hospitals and medical centers continually expanding, which is true. In a diverse career options, a variety of specialties includes pediatrics, oncology, neurology, and more. I mean, that's just like a brief statement. Like so many of the doctors we work with, a variety of different interventional radiologists. I mean, just it's constant, right? And so because the big hospital systems, as you guys know, if you're in the medical field, you have a lot of different job options and different openings, right? Depending on your specialty. As you know, certain places might be a little bit more specific to that specialty, and I'm sure you guys know that as you're doing your search, but we wanted to give you an overview of the hospital systems, of the general vibe here in Michigan, and we're going to jump into some of the other advantages as well, which is up next, work-life balance. So Michigan offers a balance of work opportunities, recreation activities, allowing professionals to enjoy rich lifestyles outside of work, which is very, very true. So depending on where you're placed throughout the state of Michigan, Michigan is an awesome place to have if you're into exploring, especially like outdoor activities, different things throughout the state. So a lot of our physician clients, a lot of our medical people, they might have a place here in Southeast Michigan or somewhere else in the state. And then a lot of times they do a second home, or they rent an Airbnb, or they travel a lot throughout the state of Michigan. And one of the reasons why I think the state is so great is because we have the ability to do so in the state of Michigan. A lot of people have lake houses. There's the Great Lakes. There's so much to check out up north in the UP. There's just so much to explore in the state of Michigan that you can have a home base and be able to also do stuff outside of work as well too. So you have the hospital a lot. I know you guys work long hours. It's pretty crazy in my opinion of what a lot of the hospital people do, whether you're a physician, nurse, resident, especially. You guys work like it's insane, the stuff that you have to go through. And so being able to escape that and not having to leave the state, I think is an important piece for a lot of people. And we definitely have that in Michigan. I think it gets overlooked. Check out our other videos. We have, videos talking about Traverse City, lake houses, different places throughout the state as well too. Most of our content is here in Southeast Michigan. However, we do try to showcase the entire state because I think that's what you're buying, or that's what you're getting when you're moving to the state. Not only are you getting the hospital systems and the opportunities, and you're able to live in a more populated area, but you're able to explore throughout the awesome state of Michigan. Okay, last but not least, we want to give you a list of the top cities for medical professionals in Michigan. Again, we have a whole rundown on this channel of the specific hospitals and the different specialties and stuff like that throughout the state. But for this one, we're going to give you a list of the top cities. So number one on our list, University of Michigan is in Ann Arbor. Medical school is one of the top hospitals in the nation, and that's, again, a research hospital. So I'm sure a lot of you know that watching this video. For those of you who don't know, it's a research hospital. It's a student hospital, which is awesome to be part of that from both the medical professional side of things and the academic side of things here in Southeast Michigan. That's a huge, huge piece. I can't tell you how many people that we place because they work at the University of Michigan Hospital. The University of Michigan is one of the biggest employers in the state as a whole, but also we place a lot of people close to Ann Arbor because of the type of treatment that they need. So I have a client right now. He's a very high-end type client looking for a very nice piece of real estate, but he wants to be close due to the oncology department at U of M. He wants to be close to U of M because that's where his treatment is at. So he's moving closer to Ann Arbor to be able to do so, and we're helping him accomplish that along the way. So University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, Michigan is number one city. Number two is probably the most populated city when it comes to different hospitals. It is the most populated city when it comes to hospitals, and that's Detroit, okay? The city's healthcare system is one of the largest employers. Hospitals like Henry Ford, Detroit Medical Center offer great prospects. There's a lot of different hospitals throughout the city of Detroit. You have Children's, you have DMC, you have Receive. I mean, there's a lot of different hospitals in the city of Detroit itself, and a lot of the main systems obviously have hospitals in the city. So through the years, I've lived in Detroit for many, many years. I've lived in the suburbs of Detroit as well too, but being able to communicate and network with people at the hospital systems has been a big part of my career and my journey, and I appreciate, thank you to anyone in the hospital system. So every time we talk to nurses and doctors and whatever, I always try to give thank you, similar to our service members and frontline workers and stuff like that. We appreciate people that go through that type of stuff, and anyone that's spent a significant amount of time in the hospital with a loved one knows how much those people mean to them. So So Detroit, number 2 on our list. Next on our list is going to be Grand Rapids, Michigan, a strong healthcare presence with Spectrum Health as well as Corewell Health as well too, and a growing job market for healthcare professionals, affordable living, and good quality life. Grand Rapids is a great city. Lots of breweries there, cool downtown. It's not like a big city, but it's a cool downtown. A lot of things happening locally in that community as well too, on top of the downtown area. So west side of the state, which is awesome. You can shoot up and down the coast of Lake Michigan there, which is fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. So if Southeast Michigan isn't your cup of tea and you're thinking about more Grand Rapids, highly recommend it. I actually lived there for a couple years as well myself, so I'm familiar with Grand Rapids. I just spent a lot of time traveling there and spent a lot of time there. We have an awesome group of real estate agents on that side of the state as well too. So if you need a realtor and you're moving to the Grand Rapids, Holland, general kind of pocket, South Haven, Grand Haven, that whole area of the west side of the state, and all the way up to Traverse City, we have an awesome group of agents as well too, if you're looking for a realtor in that area. Last but not least on our cities for hospital systems here in Michigan is going to be Lansing, Michigan, which is our state capital. It's right in the middle of the state here, the Southern Peninsula. And yeah, Lansing is one of those areas that would definitely be highly sought out for the hospital systems here in Michigan. McLaren is the big one in Lansing. There's some other hospital systems as well too. Also an interesting note for those of you who don't know, if you're not in residency or if you're not looking to move here to study medicine, you know, you have the University of Michigan, which we talked about heavily on this video so far. Then you also have Michigan State University, which is, I think, one of the biggest, I don't know which is bigger, Michigan State or Michigan, but one of the biggest universities in the state. And they also have multiple medical programs as well too. So they have a DO program and an MD program, and that's based out of Lansing, or actually their MD program takes you over to Grand Rapids, Michigan as well too. So sometimes people are hopping back and forth between Grand Rapids and Lansing for that reason. So our overall summary of this video, right? There's over 10 million people in Michigan, 10th largest in the country, tons of hospital systems, lots of opportunities. We didn't even deep dive into the medical schools, which we talk about in that other video and other videos on this channel. There's a handful of medical schools here in Michigan as well too that we talk about a lot on this channel. So you have big hospital systems, big medical schools as well too. If you're a physician, a resident, if you're thinking about working in the hospital system, check out Michigan, check out other videos on this channel, look at the whole entire state, see where you're able to vacation to and travel through, and see what Southeast Michigan's about and the whole awesome state of Michigan here while you're looking simultaneously, because I think it's a great state. I think a lot of people in the medical professional world would love living in this state. So go ahead and check it out. Let us know if there's any questions in the comment below. Let us know how you think about this video. My name is Matt Talbot. This is the Living in Detroit channel. Thank you so much for checking out today's video.